Aronsohn. I'm a marriage and family therapist in South Pasadena. I love doing couples therapy. It's one of my favorite things to do. Lots of times people start out with a really healthy relationship and they really enjoy each other. They spend a lot of time together. They share a lot with each other. And then over time, patterns can begin to emerge from their past, especially from their families that they grew up in. And they find that when they hit areas that are hard to talk about, they get distant from each other, or they feel a sense of conflict. They know something's wrong and they don't know what to do about it, and they don't know how to talk about it. And so couples therapy provides them opportunities to learn how to talk about those things that are hard to talk about. And I love to help people to figure out what's in their way so that then they can work on skills that they can take into their lives from then forward. So they don't need me forever. They only need to learn some skills that they can put into place. For example, I love some of the Gottman approaches. Gottman studied couples for 40 years or so and learned what successful couples do. So there are things like frequent expressions of fondness and admiration. And couples don't realize how important that is, and I'll just have them practice that. Okay, let's do it. Your turn first. Give her something that you appreciate about her, and then vice versa. And they do that for a little while and find that, gosh, it really feels good. And gosh, it isn't that hard to do. So that gives them also homework they can go home and work on. And they learn then about some of the things that are deadly to couples. For example, there's a parent-child dynamic that can often happen. Maybe he likes to lecture. If there's a man and a woman in the couple, he may like to lecture, and then she feels like a little girl to his dad, and that's deadly. And when there's a father-daughter dynamic, there can also be a mommy-son dynamic in the same relationship on some different issue. And so for them to notice that and to be able to find a way that they can then be equal partner to equal partner can make a big difference for people. I enjoy working with couples of all kinds, so I don't mean to make it sound all heterosexual. I enjoy working with all kinds of couples and, of course, families as well. I like to take a 4-session period of time to make an assessment with a couple. So I will see them together first, and that's an hour and a half, because first couple session never fits into an hour. After that, I will see each person individually for a full hour. That helps me understand where they are coming from and what their expectations are for serious relationships, for family. I also ask them, what are their bottom line issues? What are the things that are critically important to each of them in order for their relationship to thrive? And in the 4th meeting then, we come back together and we go over those bottom line issues, and they decide if those critical things are things that they're both willing to work on with each other. After that point, if they decide they want to continue, we'll choose a chunk of time that they'll work with me without any threats to the relationship. Nobody gets to have an affair or say, I'm out of here, and that provides a sense of safety and containment for that work. We work on specific goals for a designated period of time, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. And at the end of that period of time, they get to assess, how are we doing? Are we making enough progress to continue? Do we want to continue? Do we want to take a break for a while? So they don't have to worry that it will go on forever. So couples therapy provides so much hope. I love the sense of hope that people get when they come in and they find that, gosh, they can make changes without it being a terribly excruciating process. So that's why I love couples therapy. I'm Aronsohn, marriage and family therapist in South Pasadena.